Flosstube. I'm Rita Marie, also known as Stitching Marie. Welcome to my channel. This is my first Flosstube video. As you probably can hear, I'm not from an English-speaking country, so I will have to excuse if you think I have a bad pronunciation. Try to work on it all the time, but it's hard. But yeah, so that's why sometimes I often will stop for a short time just to think of how I need to say the word. So yes, and if I look a lot to this side, it's because I have my notes there written down of what I was thinking of letting you know today. So first off, you probably would want to see my whips. So I have a few whips to show you. This first one is a big one. It's my Epic Pokemon Generation 1. It's a freebie on Sprite Stitch. This is how it's going to look. And this is how far I've gotten. This is the first part. And this is the second part. So, as you will see with a lot of my older whips, you can see that I have always started here in the middle. That's because that's what I learned when I started stitching when I was 4 or 5 years old. And I did needlework to begin with, but when I was about 7 or 8, I did my first cross stitch. And my mom always taught me to start in the middle with every project. So you usually can see if it's an old one or a new one, whether I have started it in the middle or at the top. Because on this big project, I have found that I like better to start on the top, and have just learned that from watching all of you guys on Flosstube. I started watching Flosstube in September, and that really got my stitching bug back, and now I just want to do all the stuff, do all the things. I have a bunch of sales I'm planning to do this coming year, so yeah, we'll see how that's going. So this is my Pokemon. Have to excuse my part threads. So with this one, I actually started in the middle, and I worked my way to one side and then to the other just to see how wide it would be, and that I actually had enough fabric, because this is my first project that I kitted up myself. It's on 14 count Ada 3/1. Most of my older project is Ada, because here in Norway, that's the only thing you easily can get. We don't have a lot of LNS, so yeah, but I have found the internet and all that beauties, so I'm really excited to start all the new projects that I want to start, because I have tried even weave and linen lately, and it's really enjoyable working with. Challenge, but enjoyable. So this will be a big piece. My thought was, I love Pokemon, my husband loved Pokemon, so I will probably stitch this and have it in my son's room for when he grows up. So yeah, have stitched on that for about 6 months project worth. I did start it in the end of 2016, but just 2 or 3 months after after I started the Pokemon project, I found diamond painting, and I really love diamond painting. So I did that for a long time, so much that I got burned out on everything. My husband complained that I never used the late nights with him. A lot of things on work. So yeah, I stopped it, and then, as I said, in September this year, I started it again and worked a little bit on every week I have. So my next whip is, I only know the Norwegian word, but it will be translated with excitement or expectation. And is this one is a kit from Luca S. Yeah. And I started this in 2015. And this is how far I've gotten. This is a page finished. So on this one you can see I've started in the middle, worked my way up to a corner, did one whole page, and then I now have got to the bottom. So yeah, and as with all my threads, I watched Flosstube, I found parking, and I really enjoy parking. I don't do it like 10 by 10. I'm more of a kind of column, but yeah, it's hard to explain. I will often focus on one color and stitch that color till I would have to jump. Then I would park it to where I usually would jump, and then I do the next color. And it doesn't matter if it's between a page, if it's in the next column. As I said, I don't do 10 by 10. I have other project that you will see soon that I tried the page by page parking, and I really love that. So I've done, yeah, I can say it's my own version of page parking. So this one, I stopped working on this when I got pregnant, because I got really sick when I was pregnant. Just, yeah, I was very sick. So I tried stitching when I was sick, but I couldn't. And after I got my son, I tried to pick it up again, but every time I got a bad feeling, and I just couldn't stitch on it. But I'm glad I don't get a bad feeling when I stitch now. Now I get a happy feeling. Stitching is my time to relax, get some energy, and I'm not a fast stitcher because I always stitch in front of my TV. So I will watch a TV show, movie, Flosstube, and stitch at the same time. So that was my second whip. My third whip is the one I've tried parting from the beginning. It looks like this. It's going to look like this. It's Heaven and Earth design. It's called QS Huggable, and artwork is by Randall Spangler. So you can see that little dragon there with his cookie jar in the background. And I really love this one. I love the way I part, especially on a piece like this. You can see that I haven't stitched in here, but that is where I will continue stitching. So maybe I will show you sometimes how I do parting. But this is the way that works for me. It's a semi cross-country and parting method. This piece, I'm doing the 100 days of hate challenge. This is my 21st day, and I haven't stitched today, so after I'm finished with this video, I will stitch on this and upload my progress on the Facebook page and on my Instagram. I think that I managed to change my Instagram name to Stitching Marie, but I'm not sure. So you will have to get back to me if I haven't, so I can change it to Stitching Marie so everyone can find me easier. Yeah, and this piece is 18 count Ada 2/1, doing the loop method, because Flosstube learned me that when I started this. And this I started this September of this year. So yeah. And this one is also 18 count 2/1. Like the coverage. So yeah, that's good. And now we're getting to the piece that actually brought me back to stitching this time. I had a really close friend that passed away in September, so it was really hard time. And when I get that sad, I usually pick up my stitching because it makes me feel good. I don't need to think. I don't need to be in my own head, if you know what I mean. I just can relax, and that's my way of dealing with tough times. It's Mini Still Here by Heaven and Earth, and the artist is Cindy Nelson. So I'm stitching that as a memory piece for my friend. It was actually this one I wanted to start first, but I got problems with some of my threads. Floss. My floss is really expensive here in Norway, so I need to use a long time to save up money to get them. But I was lucky enough to get a floss fairy in the US. She buys the floss for me and send it as a gift, so I don't need. And then I pay her for the floss, so that's good. This one I haven't gotten that far. I just got a little corner. Tried diagonal parking. Don't know if I like it. So you can see I stopped. I also started in this corner with 2/1. Didn't like it. Got too bulky. Was hard to see. But at the same time, this is 1/1. I don't know if I like the coverage as good, so maybe I will do 2/1. So that's why this has stopped, because it's a memory piece. I really want it to be almost perfect, and it's on 25 count Lugana, easy count. So yeah, that's that. Then don't know how much I will get to work on it. Because I'm doing the 100 Days of Hate challenge. You have to commit to one piece, and I chose the US Huggable. So yeah, but it will get some love this year. My last piece I want to show you is my Clouds Factory 12 Doctor Who. Yeah, what's that name again? I have to look at my 12 Doctor's Clock. It's a Doctor Who piece by Clouds Factory. It's done on 18 count Ada 2/1. Me and my husband really love Doctor Who, so I did this as a Christmas present for my husband, but yeah, a lot of stuff came in the way, so I'm not completely finished, but I hope to do it soon so we can make it into a clock and he can choose where he wants to have it. So that's that. That's all. No, I have one more whip. I started 3 days ago. I just done a little bit just to see how tent stitching is. I never really done tent stitch, except when I have done needlework, and that's a long time ago. So I still don't know how I like it, but it's gonna look like this. It's a story keep, butterflies galore. The artist is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It has been a freebie on the Heaven and Earth Design page, but not anymore. So I bought this chart. And this is how far I got. So this is 32 count Lugana and 10 stitch. Don't know if I like it. So yeah, maybe I will rip that out. So that was my whips. Planning on doing year of whips this coming year. I don't have that many whips now, but I'm planning to start a bunch of whips these last 3 or 4 months. When watching Flosstube, I've been on a spending spree, so I will also join the Stitch from Stash group. But since I've been on a spending spree, I have a lot of projects to start. Really looking forward to it. And yeah. And I'm also planning on doing the by the number style, by the full coverage fanatics. You have to stitch 1200 stitches a month to, yeah, there's a prize in the end that you can be drawn from if you get 1200 stitches a day. I really want, not a day, a month. I really want to do that just because I have many full coverage pieces. I always try to have at least one that's not a full coverage piece, just because it can be tiring doing all the full coverage pieces. I have gotten to know these last months, and I like to have a travel piece for when I'm out. So then I usually like to have a smaller piece, usually with motifs. So yeah. And lastly, I thought I was doing the Know Your Needleworker tag. If you have been wondering why I'm looking to this side all the time, it's because here I have my notes. So yeah, and yeah, if there's anything you like to know that I didn't say about fabric or anything with my whips, just ask and I will comment below. Is there anything more I need to say? Yeah, if you're wondering anything, just ask. I will gladly answer you. And hopefully will make my Flosstube videos better in the future, because I know what I need to remember to say. But I don't have a lot of fancy fabric or floss at the moment, because you don't get that in Norway. I can't get any specialty threads, floss, just going to an LNS. LNS is not in Norway. It's like they have some Ada, they have some DNC. If you're lucky, you can find someone still doing anchor, but usually they are just wool floss, and I don't stitch with that anymore. I did it on one needlework piece a long time ago, and I said to myself, never again. But I actually have signed up for monthly club of fabric and for threads. So hopefully I will get some specialty threads and try out. So yeah, this year is my first time trying beading and I love it. So now after Christmas I've been on a big spending spree, and I found out that I actually can get Mill Hill beads, because I've gotten a lot of memorabilia projects that I want to do. So yeah, lots of beads. Need to order my specialty threads from the US or UK probably. I have actually a floss fairy, as they called in the US. She's really, really kind. She gets like DMC, specialty threads, beads, everything that I need to kit up a project, because it's hard to find in Norway and it's really, really expensive. It's like almost 4 or 5 times the price in the US. And almost never you get any sale on threads. So I found out that getting it from another place is less expensive. And when I get it from her, it's not as expensive as getting it from an online store, because of the shipping fees often, and yeah, stuff like that. So, but I done my first beading project. Hold on, and I will show you. It's actually on my Christmas tree right now. It's a Christmas ornament, a Mill Hill kit, the Christmas wreath, don't know how to say that, but yeah, really love beading this. If you can see, it's these beading. You do 5 beads in like a 2x2 square, and that was really fun. I thought that beading is like, oh, you take thread, put the bead on, and put the thread down, and you get the bead on the top like the rest of these. But I didn't know you actually could do like these, don't know what to call them, but yeah, I really love that. It looks great. Try to, don't get, you can see it. And I love this little Santa treasure in the middle. So yeah, proud of that one. Haven't done anything special, only did the chain to hang it up and nothing on the back. So, but maybe before next year I will put something on the back just to protect it a little more. But I have a really nice son that don't tear down my Christmas tree, so it gets to hang in peace and quiet, luckily. Now, for the end, I thought I would do the Know Your Needleworker tag. And the first question is, where do you live? I live in Norway, a little town called Haugesund. It's close to Stavanger and a long way from Oslo. So that's 2 of the towns that most people know about. I have my notes, so I will be looking down a lot to answer these questions. Question number 2, what do you do for a living? I'm a teacher. I teach primarily math, science, art, and music. And now I haven't worked for 2 months, approximately. I just found out that I'm sick, so I won't be working that much in the future. I'm not like terminally ill. I just have a sickness that I don't have much energy. So for me, just waking up in the mornings is hard. It's tough to do. And yeah, when I have a little kid, I have to try to focus on him. So all my energy goes to my little child and my husband. And I don't have any energy left after that. So late night or evening, I stitch and then I go to bed. So yeah. Question 3. Do you have any children? Yes, I have commented that I have a child. I have a little son. He's 2 years old and his name is Leo. So yeah, he's a really nice kid. Don't know how that happened, but he is. I know that people all like, oh, kids, but I had those moments too. But just he never been that kid that climbs everywhere or tear down everything he sees. So, like I said, I have my Christmas tree in my living room, and all December he's been going to the ornaments and just looking at them and then, okay, going away. Don't do any more than that. So, yeah. Do you have any pets? No, I don't. Sadly, I'm allergic, so I can't have any pets. So, when I have 3 older siblings, and when I was little, they had pets, so they miss pets so much that they will smuggle in stray cats in our home. And the way my mom found out was that I nearly stopped breathing most of the time because I'm really allergic. So yes, but luckily that has become better. So now I'm actually able to pet the pets, and I can be in the same house as a pet, but I can't live with a pet because then I will be in the dust and the hairs all day, and yeah, I will probably stop breathing again. So yeah. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? I bake a lot, not lately, but I love baking. I've done diamond paintings before it became popular, before I found Flosstube. I've done a little bit of everything. I've done knitting, crocheting, sewing, lot of crafty stuff. I'm an art teacher, so I've worked with tree-made statues, pictures, painting, drawing, yeah, a little bit of everything. But the one thing that I always come back to is stitching and reading books. Yeah. And me and my husband, when we got together, I found out that there is a huge community of board game. I always loved it since I was little. But lately we have started doing board games once every week, and I love it. So yeah, board game. I'm also a gamer, so I played a lot of video games on my computer or PlayStation. So yeah, little bit of everything actually. But cross stitching is my biggest love, and even though I put it down for months, year or two, I always come back to it. Like with knitting, I did it for about a year, put it away, and haven't taken it back before I got my son. Then I knitted just small socks to him. So yeah, and then I put it away and haven't done it after that. So, next question. What is your favorite movie? These are the questions I hate the most, just because there's so many good movies. And I'm like, is it my favorite movie now? Is it my favorite movie of all time? Hard question. So, and I like so much different stuff, and I don't think you always can compare them. I like sci-fi, I like fantasy, I like crime, I like thrillers, action, um, humor. So yeah, if I would gotten this question before Christmas, I would say Die Hard or The Grinch, because those are my favorite Christmas movies. Um, if it's gonna be a movie that's an all-timer for me, it would probably be Lion King, because that's one of the first movies I really loved. My dad bought it for me when I was 4 years old, and since I have 3 other siblings, it was really big for me to get my own movie that was only mine, and that was Lion King. So I love that since I was little, and I can still watch it and jump over the part where Simba loses his father. But I really like that movie. But if I have to choose a movie that always makes me happy when I'm sad, it's the original Beauty and the Beast Disney movie. Uh, I don't know. I always found myself being kind of like Belle, I think. I've been that grown up in a very small town here in Norway and never fitted in. Everyone thought I was strange or weird. Always had my nose stuck in a book. And if I didn't have it stuck in a book, I did cross stitching. That's not the normal hobby here in Norway. Every time people see me cross stitch, they will say, "Isn't that like an old lady hobby?" So yeah. Um, so always loved Beauty and the Beast. Um, actually love all the Disney movies, I collect them. So I have the Disney classics. So I almost have everyone now. And if I had to choose another one, it's like me and my best friend had a movie that we could watch every day for a whole summer, and that's Coyote Ugly. Just love that movie too. But I also love action movies like Die Hard, The Expendables, The A-Team. So yeah, I watched those. Sorry for the delay. For you, it was probably nothing, but I have to answer a question my husband had for me. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, favorite movie. So yeah, I could sit all night and give you a list of a lot of movies, but that's yeah. So probably now I would say Beauty and the Beast, just because the new version Disney did. Um, because I have a really big love for the old one, now the new one. Yeah, I also love the Alice movie, especially Alice Through the Looking Glass. Really like that one. So yeah, love Alice. What is your favorite TV show? Question number 7. That's a hard one. If I had to pick one right now in this moment, it would be Doctor Who. Just because I just saw the Christmas special. Me and my husband love Doctor Who, and yeah, I like that one. But if I had to choose a favorite, like for a long, long time, it would be MacGyver. I watched that when I was little and didn't understand English, but I still loved MacGyver. Watched it every Friday night. We would watch it at home at TV while eating our Friday dinner. That was always something special like pizza or tacos or something like that. So yeah. And now there's a new MacGyver series they made, and I like that one too. So yeah, maybe MacGyver. I usually watch crime, action, fantasy, sci-fi. So yeah, and now I can't think of anything else. Love Once Upon a Time, my Disney addiction. Love Grimm. I usually love the series that has base in some kind of a fairy tale. Love that. I love fairy tales. So yeah, question 8. What is your favorite book? Um, hard one too. Right now, I would say Harry Potter. Just because when I was little, I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter, but when I moved out, got together with my husband, I he convinced me to read all the Harry Potter books because he had them, and I did, and I loved them. So I actually had read the first book before Harry Potter was popular, but at home my parents were have been very strict, so I had always a bad feeling because I had read Harry Potter and they didn't like it. So yeah. But another book would be Dan Brown. Loved Inferno. Can't wait to read his newest one. Don't know what the name is in English. Sorry. Or we have a Norwegian author that's called Jo Nesbø. There's recently been a movie in the theaters that's called The Snowman. He's the author of that book, and he has a lot of books, and love them. Agatha Christie, Clive Cussler, Terry Pratchett, um, Stephen King. We have the Dark Tower trilogy, yeah, Dark Tower series. Like that one. I like lots of books, usually fantasy. Yeah, The Immortal Instrument. Read all the books. Didn't I liked the movie when I watched it on cinema, but I got home, got the book, read the book, and loved it even more. And then I read all the other books except for the last one. I'm not finished with that one yet. So yeah. So I can't say I have one favorite. I'm very a mood person. So if I watch TV series, movies, read books, all after my mood. So if I'm in the mood to watch action, I watch action. If I'm in the mood to watch a sappy movie, I watch a sappy movie. Now the whole Christmas, I watch Christmas movies, including Die Hard, because that is a Christmas movie, just as Michelle Bendy Stitches. Hi, Michelle. And yeah. So my next question, number 9, what is your favorite music? My favorite band of all time is Linkin Park. And I don't are a big fan of the latest albums, but I love the first ones. Meteora, Hybrid Theory, yeah, those. Um, I had not an easy time growing up, so Linkin Park was my savior. So yeah, but I love all kind of music. I'm a music teacher, so I have listened to everything. I know that in every genre I like something. I can like something in the classical music, in pop, in techno, in dance, in country, folk music, you name it. But my love lie with rock, hard rock, metal. There's my love. Linkin Park, Metallica, Papa Roach, Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, the list goes on and on. I have a list on Spotify with, I just put in every song I can think about that I like, that's rock, hard rock, or metal. And I think it now has passed over 500 songs, so it's big. And then I don't put whole albums in. I only take my favorite from the different ones and put on that list. So yeah. What one word best describes you? Number 10. Oh, that's a really really hard one. I don't know. That's a question you usually get here in Norway when you go to work interview. So I remember asking my mother-in-law what she would say, and she would say loyal, flexible, lively. If you ask my husband, he would say impossible. That's the word he uses the most in this house. Because when I do one thing and I've decided in my head to do that thing, he tried to come and ask me to, can I take the garbage out? Could I do something else? And I'm like, no, I have to finish this. I do that afterwards. And he gets so mad because he don't understand the problem for me, but I'm like, no, I'm washing up. I'm gonna wash up. So yeah, and I can't see how that is being a little bit impossible, but that's me. I asked my best friend what she would say, and she just said, awesome. But yeah, of course, she thinks that we're very alike, like the same things, and listen to the same music. So, of course, I'm awesome. But yeah, if I would have to choose a word, I would say brancher. I think it's a word I just made up. But if you talk with me or have a longer conversation with me, I would always, if you look at a tree with the different branches and it branches and branches, that's me in a conversation. I will go out on a branch, just continue, and then I'm like, yeah, this was what I was talking about, and continue on the first branch that I was up in the conversation. So, yeah, get a lot of, I think you call it rabbit holes. So maybe I'm a rabbit. Yeah. Um, Most people have always called me kind, uh, happy. I always smile. I always laugh. When I'm nervous, I laugh a lot. So yeah, that's why I'm laughing all this time in this video, because I'm really nervous. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I know what word I would use to describe me. I had a really, yeah, my friend that passed, she said I was a really open, closed person because I'm a person that, yeah, I say hey to everyone. I don't judge anybody. My first impression of everyone is that I like them, and but few people get to know the deep side of me. So, but yeah, so an open, closed person. If I can make that to one word. And that was the last question. So if you see this video, it means I put it up on Flosstube. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I think I sound terrible. I'm always looking around, up, down. It's my way of thinking. I can't look in the computer as I'm doing now. I think it's so weird to speak to myself, but hopefully that will be better when I get all of your lovely comments. If you like like what I'm showing you. So please don't be afraid to ask any questions. I will try to answer them as best as I can below. So yeah, we'll hopefully do a new video in the future. Planning on showing you my Euro whips, my finished cross stitches from this year, and some of my UFOs, because I'm gonna do them in my Euro whips. So yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!